She said, "I need access to your bank account. Couples share everything." I responded, "You're right about sharing." Then I sent her an invoice for 50% of every date, trip, and dinner for the past 2 years, $31, $400 total. Her lawyer's letter threatening legal action, followed by my attorney's response with receipts. Original post. I, 33 male, need to get this off my chest because it's been eating at me, and honestly, I still can't believe it went down like this. Been dating my girlfriend, 30, for a little over 2 years. We had our own places, spent weekends together, normal relationship stuff. Thought things were solid. We're at this brunch spot she loves last month. Everything's normal, we're talking about random stuff, and she just drops it. "I think we should combine our bank accounts." I'm mid-bite. What? Like, fully integrate our finances. Real couples share everything. It shows we're serious. I put my fork down. We're not married. We don't even live together. She does this little laugh that already annoyed me. That's old-fashioned thinking. Modern couples don't need marriage to be financially committed. Plus, it would make everything easier. How would it make things easier? Well, like right now, there's this weird dynamic where you pay for most things. If we shared accounts, it would feel more equal. I just stared. She made like 48 grand doing marketing stuff. I'm a software engineer pulling in 6 figures. The dynamic never seemed to bother her before when I was picking up checks. I don't think that's a good idea. Her face changed instantly. Why not? Don't you trust me? It's not about trust. We're just not at that point. Not at that point. We've been together 2 years. What are we waiting for exactly? I don't know. Maybe living together first? Being engaged? Something more than just dating. She set her mimosa down hard. Unbelievable. You basically just said you don't see a future with me. That's not what I said. Then prove it. Let me have access to your account. Something in her voice, the entitlement, just clicked for me. Everything went real clear. You know what? You're right. She blinked. What? You're right about sharing. Couples should share expenses equally. That's totally fair. She smiled. Exactly. So we can. So I'm going to calculate everything I've spent on us for the past 2 years and send you an invoice for your half. Since we're all about equality. Her smile froze on her face. That's not what I meant. No, you just said couples should share everything. I've been covering like 90% of our expenses for 2 years. Time to make it equal. You're being ridiculous. I pulled out my phone, started scrolling through my banking app. Let's see. That trip to the coast last summer, I paid for the hotel and most of the food. Those concert tickets you forgot your wallet for. This is going to be fun to add up. You're seriously doing this right now? You brought it up. I'm just following your logic about sharing. I need to use the bathroom. She was gone like 15 minutes. When she came back, suddenly there were tears. I can't believe you're being so cruel. I was trying to bring us closer, and you're throwing money in my face. I'm not throwing anything. I'm agreeing with you about equal sharing. Just forget it. Forget I said anything. We finished brunch in silence. I paid, of course, dropped her at her place, and went home. Spent the next few days going through bank statements, credit card bills, every receipt I'd kept. Made a whole spreadsheet. Broke it all down. Dinners and dates came to like $8,340. Weekend trips were $11,200. Concert and event tickets, another $3,180. Groceries for when she stayed at my place for $1,920. Gifts for birthdays, Valentine's Day, Christmas, random just because stuff, $3,760. Total came to $31,400. Her half, $15,700. I sat there looking at that number for a while. $15,700 over 2 years. That's $654 a month I'd been subsidizing without really thinking about it. Made it into a proper invoice. Itemized everything. Put a note at the top. Per your request for shared expenses, here's the breakdown. Looking forward to balancing things out. Sent it to her email. 30 seconds later, my phone rang. Have you lost your mind? You said couples share everything. I'm sharing the receipts. This is insane. You can't actually expect me to pay this. Why not? It's half of what we spent together. That's what equal means. You paid for those things because you wanted to. I never asked. You literally asked me to go to the coast. You picked that Italian place every other week. You wanted those concert tickets. That's what boyfriends do. They pay for dates. And there it was. So, when you said share everything, you meant share my money. But when I suggest sharing costs, I'm the bad guy. You're twisting everything. I've got your text from earlier saying couples should split everything equally. Want me to screenshot it? Silence on the other end. You've got 30 days to respond to the invoice. 30 days? What are you even talking about? After that, I'm exploring legal options. Legal options for what? Unjust enrichment. Look it up. 30 days. Hung up. Update 1. Didn't hear from her for about a week. No calls, no texts. Figured maybe she was processing everything or realized how ridiculous her original demand was. Then I got a letter. Certified mail. From an actual law firm. My heart dropped when I saw it. Open it up. She got a lawyer. The letter was wild. I was being accused of financial coercion and abuse, causing severe emotional distress through harassment, attempted extortion, and misrepresenting gifts as debts. The letter demanded I immediately retract the invoice, issue a written apology, stop all contact, and agree to mediation about my abusive patterns. If I didn't comply within 10 days, they'd file for a restraining order and sue me for emotional distress damages. Read it 3 times. Just sat there with this piece of paper, trying to paint me as an abuser for doing exactly what she'd asked, treating our expenses equally. The audacity was unreal. Call my buddy who does corporate law. He read it and started laughing. This is garbage. They're trying to scare you. There's no case here. Well, it's kind of working. Don't let it. You didn't do anything wrong. Want a referral to someone who handles this? Yeah, probably should. He connected me with this attorney, older woman with a total no-nonsense vibe. Liked her right away. Told her everything. Showed her the invoice, my spreadsheet, the text conversations about sharing everything, all of it. She leaned back in her chair. Let me get this straight. She asked for access to your bank account. You declined but suggested shared expenses instead. Now she's claiming you're abusing her. That's the summary. She has no case. Gifts are gifts, sure. Courts won't make her repay birthday presents. But ongoing expenses where there was an understanding? Different story, especially with her own texts about wanting equal financial participation. So what do? I respond. Make it crystal clear her claims are baseless, that you have documentation of her requesting financial integration, and that if she continues, you'll countersue for the cost of defending frivolous legal threats. Will that work? Her lawyer will tell her to drop it. Nobody wants to take this mess to court. She'll lose and rack up even bigger legal bills. The response letter went out a few days later. Clean, professional, backed with evidence. Included screenshots of her texts, photos of my invoice showing gifts were excluded, bank statements showing the payment pattern, and a statement that I welcome mediation but would bring all my documentation, including her own words, as evidence. Also noted that if she pursued legal action, I'd seek recovery of attorney's fees and file a counterclaim for malicious prosecution. Then we waited. Meanwhile, mutual friends started reaching out. Apparently, she'd been telling everyone I was financially abusing her by demanding money. One of her friends texted, "Can't believe you're harassing her with fake bills. That's disgusting." Sent back a screenshot of her text about sharing everything in my invoice. She asked for equal financial participation. I documented what that meant. How is that harassment? Never got a response to that. But word started getting around. People who knew both of us started asking questions. Her version didn't hold up when people saw she'd started the whole money conversation. Then her sister called. We'd always gotten along okay. What's going on with you two? Explain the whole thing. The brunch talk, the invoice, the legal letter. Long pause. She told us you were demanding payment for gifts, like her birthday stuff and Christmas presents. The invoice specifically excludes gifts. It's only shared expenses like dinners and trips we did together. Can you send it to me? I did. Another pause. $15,000? Over 2 years. About half of what we spent together. Jesus. She never mentioned that part. She made it sound like you were nickeling and diming her over flowers. Not even close. Just asking her to contribute to what she said should be shared costs. She's gonna hate that I'm saying this, but she doesn't have 15 grand. She doesn't even have 5. Her credit cards are maxed out. Made sense suddenly. She probably thought accessing your account would help her debt situation. Her sister continued. I'm sorry. I didn't realize she was pulling this. Thanks for calling. For what it's worth, you're right to stand your ground. She's always expected people to take care of her financially. Couple weeks after my lawyer's response, her attorney sent a one-line email. Our client has decided not to pursue this matter. That was it. No apology, no acknowledgement. Just backing off. Update 2. Thought it was done. Nope. Since the legal route failed, she went scorched earth on social media. Started posting about financial abuse in relationships and manipulative partners who weaponize money. Never said my name, but everyone knew. The posts were detailed, talking about how her ex had tracked every penny and demanded repayment for normal dating expenses. Comments were brutal. People calling me controlling, abusive, a psycho. Her friends went hard. One post got shared everywhere. Just found out my ex-boyfriend of 2 years kept a spreadsheet of everything he spent on me, so he could bill me later. Who does that? What kind of person keeps receipts to humiliate someone? My phone blew up. Friends asking if it was true. My brother called. Tell me you didn't actually do this. She asked me to give her access to my bank account. When I said no, she said couples should share expenses equally. So I showed her what equal sharing meant by sending her a bill, an invoice. She wanted financial transparency. I gave it to her. Silence. You're not wrong, but man, this looks terrible. He was right. Without context, I looked like a monster. But then her sister, the one who'd called me, posted her own thing. Long post about financial responsibility and people who expect others to fund their lifestyle. Didn't name her sister directly, but the timing was obvious. If you demand financial equality, don't be shocked when someone shows you what equal actually means. Maybe take responsibility instead of playing victim. Apparently caused a massive family blowup. Her mom called the sister disloyal. Her dad got involved. Whole thing exploded. Her sister texted me. Might have made it worse, but couldn't let her lie about you. You didn't have to do that. Yeah, I did. She did the same thing to her last boyfriend. This was always coming. Then my ex made her big mistake. Posted a screenshot of my invoice, just the bottom showing $15,700 with, "This is what my ex says I owe him for being his girlfriend. Please share so other women can avoid predators like this." Went viral. Got shared hundreds of times. Some local blog picked it up as a toxic masculinity story. People I hadn't talked to in years were messaging me. My lawyer called. Saw her latest post. Yeah, she just defamed you publicly. And we can prove it because the full context completely changes the narrative. What are you saying? You could sue. Defamation. She made false public statements that damaged your reputation. I don't want to sue her. Think about it. She's destroyed your reputation. People think you're abusive. This follows you. Jobs Google you, dates Google you. She had a point. Send her a cease and desist first. If she doesn't delete the posts and issue a retraction, then we talk lawsuit. Letter went out that afternoon. Simple. Delete all posts about the invoice within a day, issue a public clarification, or face a defamation lawsuit with damages. She didn't delete anything. Instead, posted a screenshot of the letter. Now he's threatening to sue me. This is what abusers do. Silence their victims. My lawyer called back. Okay, now we definitely sue. You sure? She ignored a legal warning and doubled down. Yes. She needs to learn about consequences. File the next day. Defamation and emotional distress. Requesting damages and legal fees. Attached everything. Her text about my bank account, her demand for equal sharing, my invoice with gifts excluded, her lawyer's withdrawn letter, every social media post. The lawsuit became public record. Someone found it and posted it. Her whole story fell apart when people saw the actual evidence. Her texts asking for my bank account? Public. Her lawyer backing down? Public. Her own words about sharing everything? Public. Comments under her posts changed fast. Wait, she wanted access to his bank account first. So she wanted his money, but got mad when he calculated what equal meant. This isn't abuse, this is consequences. She deleted everything. All her accounts, gone within hours of the filing going public. But the damage was done. Her employer saw. Someone sent them the lawsuit. She worked marketing for a small company big on image. Didn't fire her, but heard she got pulled into a serious meeting about professional reputation. Her friends went quiet. The ones who've been trashing me stopped posting. A few actually apologized. I'm sorry I believed her without asking for your side. Should have known better. Few weeks after filing, her new lawyer reached out to settle. They offered a public apology and retraction, payment of my attorney's fees, about $4,800, agreement to never discuss me publicly, and dismissal with prejudice. No money beyond legal fees, but honestly, didn't want her money. Just wanted my name cleared and her to face what she'd done. My lawyer said, take it. You won. She admitted fault publicly. Her reputation's toast. Take the win. I did. Final update. The apology went up on a new account she made just for it. I previously made false statements about my ex-boyfriend. He did not financially abuse me. I asked him for access to his bank account, and when he declined, I suggested we share expenses equally. He calculated what equal sharing meant. I responded poorly and made false accusations. I apologized for harm to his reputation. Got maybe 30 likes. Most comments were roasting her. Some felt bad, but most agreed she'd earned what happened. Her check cleared. I framed the apology post, mostly to remind myself about trusting actions over words. Whole thing cost me about 3 months of stress and probably took years off my life. But taught me stuff. When someone tells you who they are, believe them. She said couples should share money. Meant she should share mine. Documentation saves you. Without those texts and receipts, this could have gone totally different. Standing your ground costs you sometimes. Friends, peace time. But caving costs more. She moved back to her hometown eventually. Her sister said she couldn't handle everyone knowing what happened. Felt bad about it for maybe a day. Then remembered her calling me abusive to hundreds of people. Sympathy dried up. Been single since. Not really looking. Therapy's helping with trust stuff. Went on some dates recently. One woman asked if I wanted to split the check. Said yes immediately. She looked surprised. Most guys insist on paying. Most guys don't have spreadsheet trauma. We laughed. Dated a few weeks, but didn't work out for other reasons. Still, felt good being upfront about expectations. Brother asked last month if I regretted how I handled it. Would you do it differently? Thought about it. Maybe I could have been less petty with the invoice. But no, she tried to manipulate me into giving her money, then tried to destroy me when I refused. I defended myself. That's not wrong. Saw her at a wedding recently. First time since everything. She was across the room, avoided eye contact all night. Heard her telling someone she was focusing on herself and healing from trauma. Almost laughed. Let her rewrite history if it helps. Danced with a bridesmaid instead. Physics teacher nice. She paid for her own drinks. Getting coffee next week. Life's weird. 2 years ago, thought I'd found the one. Found a lesson instead. Expensive but effective. And hey, got a solid spreadsheet template out of it. Kidding. Mostly. Point is, I'm good now. Took time, but I'm good. Trust is harder. Optimism's dimmer, but I know my worth. Know the difference between partnership and parasitism. That's worth more than 15 grand any day.